What's going on, everybody? What's up, everybody? This is Broadstreet 4 for 4, the number one sports podcast in Philadelphia, and we back for another episode, another show. Nothing but raw energy, man. We gonna give it to y'all like we give it to y'all every time, man. The best podcast, Philly sports. We talk about Philly sports non-stop, where we support our Philadelphia teams, the Sixers, the Eagles, the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Phillies, man. And we got a good show lined up, man. We got a great show, jam-packed show. This is Broadstreet 4 for 4. We want to remind y'all, man, y'all can follow, subscribe, comment, and like us on pretty much every social media platform there is. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, SoundCloud, Podbean. You can download that app, listen to us, follow us, comment, but we'll keep y'all posted on that throughout the show. We got a jam-packed show, man. We got a lot of things we're going to talk about. But before we talk about that things, we're going to introduce the contingency, the squad. My man James Woodruff, man, what's going on? What's up? How you feel tonight?
Good. I'm feeling good. Can't wait to talk about these Eagles Bucks, man. A little depressed so that we weren't able to pick up Josh Gordon, and we got Jordan Matthews, and then we got Jeremy Macklin about to work out next week. Can't wait for that.
Right.
Is Ty Pinkston still in good shape? Maybe he can work out for us.
Yeah, I think they bringing him in. Is what I heard. My inside track. You know, I think they bringing him in. Yeah.
Outside threat, huh?
Yeah. The only problem was he couldn't find his way down Broad Street. He got lost coming down Broad Street. So we gotta wait for that. But yeah, what's going on? We got my man JD, Jerome Dooley. What's up, Rome?
What's up? How y'all doing?
We good, Rome. Long as you good, you know we good over here at Broad Street 4 for 4.
I'm ready to get one in.
My man Rome always ready. That's what he do, man. Yerke Street legend, man. We got my man 2M's, Money Mike McCline. Mike, what's up, Mike?
Man, I'm glad to be back. Happy to be with the fellas, busting up, chopping up about the sports we love to talk about.
No doubt. And we gotta make this clear. We gotta welcome Mike back because we had his show. We missed him our last show, man. Mike was enjoying a vacation, him and his wife, man. How was that vacay, Mike? You was down. Tell everybody where you was at, man. How the vacation was.
Yeah, the vacation was pretty cool, man. Got to spend time. It was the Will's birthday, so we got out of town. Went down New Orleans. Was down there a couple of days. Big Easy down there.
Right.
I was actually down there during the Eagles game.
Okay.
It was pretty interesting, seeing their fans or whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Mike, I was down there, and the people was friendly down there. Did you get that same vibe when you went down there, man? Everybody's friendly, it seemed like, when I was down there anyway.
Yeah. That vibe was good. The culture was good down there.
Right.
I was down in the French Quarter, that's more of a tourist spot, but still, everybody ran a question. It was pretty easy going, laid back, shared information, talked about the birds. I was talking smack. There was a lot of people from Cleveland down there, too.
Okay.
Their game.
Right.
Yeah. I was down there talking, about the world championship, world class Eagles.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. That's what we gonna do. We gonna represent, man. That's what we do over here at Broad Street 4 for 4. We gonna rap. Yeah, no doubt, man. That's good stuff, man. So we got a jam-packed show again, man. We coming off a loss, the Tampa Bay loss, but we not gonna focus on that because that's the past. We gonna focus on the future. We got an upcoming home game versus the Indianapolis Colts. We play the Colts at home, and of course, our leader, number 11, Carson Wentz, is back. So this is a big game, and I'm pretty sure the city's excited, and we're excited here at Broad Street 4 for 4. So we're gonna talk about that.
More people coming back.
Yeah, right. Good point, Wood. Cause
we got so many weapons out.
No question. And that's probably part of the reason we took the L, because I think we could have beat Tampa Bay. But the past is the past, man. So we're gonna keep it moving. But that's one of the things we're gonna talk about. Pretty much a bulk of the show is the Eagles Colts preview. We also gonna give our picks. That's what we do over here. We give our picks right now. Would remind everybody who's in the league, because we keep stats of who's in the lead of our picks, and right now, out of Wood, give us who's in the lead of our picks.
Overall, it's me and Mike, 7-4-1, and we got you coming in third at 6-5-1, and Rome in the basement, 5-6-1. So that's
Okay.
that's where we're at currently.
Currently, okay. Okay.
So, but yeah, but again, this is a young season, and things can change.
No doubt, no doubt. So we ask y'all, man, when y'all listening, tune in, man. Be mindful to look in. We put our picks up every show. We put who we gonna pick up a week to week in the NFL season,
And give
man.
us
So
your
y'all can
picks, and give us your picks, and we'll put you in. You'll be a part of this.
exactly,
I'll keep track, and then we'll talk about it. It'll be fun, interactive experience.
exactly, man. Join in, man, and get y'all picks. Also besides the picks, we gonna give our top five running backs of all time. This is major, man. This is major, man. If you a sports fan, if you a NFL fan, everybody loves top fives, top tens, man. So we giving our top five running backs right here. So this is major right here. I don't see how anybody wouldn't be able to enjoy this. So that's part of the show. We're gonna give our top fives.
I know we ain't there yet, but do you think that we're all gonna have the same number one? Like remember like last week we talked about Jerry Rice being like he was everybody's number one. Do you think the running back can be a little different?
I think running back can be a little different because of eras. For me personally, my top three are interchangeable. I don't have a problem with anybody interchanging my top three. Depending on the area. Yeah, I can't wait to get there neither. So and then after we do our
Roman wanted to do running back since like our first episode.
Hey,
running back.
Brother Bob, debate what's to do.
Yeah, no,
good. I probably got about 15 right now.
Right.
I can't wait to hear it is. Rome's got some good ones.
Yeah, we do top five, but we also do honorable mentions, and we let everybody get it off and talk about, as many, as guys as they want, man, because we like to think that we know a little something about what we're talking about over here. So we're gonna do our top five running backs of all time, and then we're gonna end it on a NBA note, man. It's a lot of NBA action going on, particularly here in Philadelphia with Elton Brand being named the new Sixers general manager. After that controversial thing and the way that ended. So we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna discuss those things, some other NBA topics too, man. But that's the show, man. And my name is Chris Colazzo, and everybody else introduce themselves, and collectively we make up Broadstreet 444. Again, remember to follow us: IG, Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, SoundCloud, Podbean. Remember to follow us, man. Join in, man. But y'all know what we doing. We in this position, man. We don't waste no time, man. We jump right in, man. Eagles versus the Indianapolis Colts. This is a home game. Our leader Carson Wentz is back. Wood, let me hear what you got to say about this game. Tell me why you fired up. Tell me why you think we're gonna win, or tell me about this game and how you feel about it.
Yeah, Carson Wentz back. Ooh, Jordan Matthews is back. Right, so bittersweet is basically what I'm coming off with. It's just Carson Wentz is an amazing quarterback, and he's back a lot earlier than I thought he would be. It was the last few episodes ago, I was predicting he wasn't going to come back until after the bye, but evidently he's a lot further in his recovery, which I'm very happy to see. But I mean, he's got to throw the ball to somebody, and I know he's a phenomenal quarterback. He is very accurate, so I can see him maybe getting Zach Ertz involved. I was hoping Darren Sproles would be back. That's not happening. I was hoping maybe Ajayi he can provide more pass protection, or be a weapon to free up the passing game, because you soften them up with the run. You get the defense to come in close to try to play the run, and that's when you start going over the top. Now that's not going to happen. Clements is even. I always pronounce his name wrong. Clements, right? Chris Clements, Corey Clements. Who's the third running back? Clements. All right, Clements. He's questionable. So it's a very concerning. I almost feel like maybe let number 11 sit a few more weeks until we got more weapons coming back for him to be able to play productively. Because I don't know, man. But part of me feels like he's going to be getting knocked around. Like. I like our defense at home. We're gonna punch the Colts in the mouth from a defensive standpoint, but I'm just concerned about our offense. Last two games, we were slow getting out the block. Our offense didn't get going until the second half, and part of that is play, part of that is scheme. You know, I don't know. Part of me feels like we should ride with Foles a little bit longer until we get more weapons back. Like Matt Collins is down. Wallace is now gone. Alshon Jeffries. Maybe like to be more specific, when Alshon Jeffries come back. When he come back, that's when I would like to bring number 11 back. But I mean, it's going to be a good thing having Wentz back, not just from a player standpoint and just from a skill standpoint, but also just for a morale standpoint. Everybody's going to be excited to have him back. Lincoln Financial Field is going to be off like just crazy. Fans just yelling every play, and man, if he throws a touchdown pass, we're gonna go bananas. So Wentz is that good where he can spread the ball around, maybe make some of these no-name players like number 81, who people are not really looking at, maybe make him shine a little bit. And also Nelson Aguilar, he might be able to get more ticks, or maybe get more shine, so to speak. So we'll see. I'm a little skeptical is basically what I'm trying to say, and I wouldn't be surprised if Wentz doesn't have a good game, because coming back he doesn't really have a lot of offensive firepower.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll come back to you, Will. We'll come back to you and get some more from you. Mike McCline, welcome back to the show. We ain't hear from you in a minute, man. Money Mike, man. Tell me what you got, man, and how you feel about this upcoming game.
Well, man, I got us beating these baby little horses. We gonna jump on the back. We got the sheriff back in town, Carson, number 11. I think we're going to beat them. I don't think it's going to be an easy game. To speak to Will's point about having the lack of weapons, but I think that's what Carson does. Even coming off an injury, he's been chomping at the bit, man. The guy's only 25. He's a young guy. He can bounce back with the new technology from those type of injuries. He would have played if it was 19. If it was not even 1900, if it was 2007, he might have been able to persuade the guys to get back. He's been healthy. They just been being cautious. I think it messes. I read a lot about it messing with his psyche and how he just wants to get out of the team. And you got to remember, he's a competitive guy. I mean, Foles has been at the helm for some time. He got a stature.
Right.
And this is Carson's team, and this guy has a stature. Not to have like a bitter rivalry, but it's still professional. So
that's an interesting point.
I think that he's going to go out. He's going to prove it. Like I've been saying since before the season started, that I thought he was healthy. And just your relationship, being a coach, your relationship with certain players, I thought him and Doug, they're like joined at the hip. Doug's good with all those quarterbacks because he was a backup.
Right.
And he knows they drafted Carson for certain reasons, and I knew he would be back early. I called it on the last show that I actually spoke on. I said he would be back against the Colts. I knew it. And I think it's the time to bring him back. They're going to try to protect him. I think Clement will play. I think they're saving him. They don't want a hamstring. They don't want anything to happen. So why even play him? Because we need him this week. But I think he's better. He's a better than average NFL running back. With the touches, if he gets, we passed him a lot because Ajayi's our number one. Last year he had two guys in front of him. But I think if you actually feature him and give him the ball, hand it off to him 20 times, he'll get 100 yards. I mean, he's very productive. You just got to stay with him sometimes. So I feel like we'll win at home a lot because of the home field advantage. Just to sum it up, I we're at home. The Colts, they got luck back there, but this is a tough place to play. Philadelphia's not an easy place to play. Everybody knows that. So, the Bucs called us. They called us, but we're at home.
Definitely.
I see win this game.
Definitely. We'll get back to you, Mike. We'll get some more feedback from you. JD, let me hear what you got, man. Eagles, Bucs.
It's about time Carson's back. I'm glad. Never been a Foles fan, never will be. Nothing personal, Nikki. Nothing personal. I just don't care for you as a long-term starter.
Man, if people could see the text messages, and every pass that Nick Foles throws, Jerome got something to say.
I'm really the same way though, man. Long term starter, that's not Foles' strong point, but he did what he needed to do for us. But go ahead, Ron, my fault.
Yeah, he got the job done.
Right.
So I always remember Foles, and and the 27-2 season.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carson's back. I expect him to be a little rusty. He hasn't been getting hit. It's football. You gotta get hit regardless. So, he's got to get adjusted to that. And then just the timing with the receivers. How's his timing going to be with Aguilar and Ertz Aiken. I know he's been practicing with the second teamers with Aiken, and I mean, how's that going to be, and how are they going to work Jordan Matthews in there? How much time is he actually going to see on the field this week? I think he has to because we only suiting up 4, I believe.
Yeah, I think he has to too.
Yeah, so I think he's going to play out there. I don't know how his conditioning is because I know when he was with in the Patriots camp this summer, but he was injured, so he really wasn't playing. That's why he got cut.
Hey, Rome, did Jordan Matthews play last year? Because I haven't heard a lot from him.
He played with the Bills.
The Bills
He started this season with the Patriots. He played with the Patriots for like a little bit, like probably during preseason or something.
This season?
No, that was this year with the Patriots.
Right, that's what I said. Like the beginning of this season, he played with the Patriots. They let him go like during preseason or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah. So how's that? But I know him and Matthews are real close. So I expect, I know Wentz was mad when Matthews got traded. So
Right.
I mean, hopefully they could work. They work well together still. So I'm looking for that. Maybe we have some magic there. And I think now it's like set in stone. I think Aguilar is going to be on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he's got his stuff together and can really lock down that outside position because I think he's going to have to stay there really. Now with Matthews here, once
you think Aguilar can get separation?
Once Jeffrey gets back, I mean we don't have Mike Wallace. You clearly can't put Jordan Matthews on the outside because we tried that before.
And you think Aguilar will be able to get the separation over?
Who, Aguilar?
Yeah,
Aguilar's fast enough to get separation.
Well, the problem is we don't have much of a choice. I think that's kind of what Rome's getting at.
He did real well in the slot last year, and it's like you can tell that's his spot. But now, Jordan got to do the slot. He's just a big slot guy. He's too slow on the outside.
Yeah, he can't do anything on the outside. So
I hope I'm wrong, man. I hope Matthews comes out because like that
No,
fast.
he's good. He's good.
100-something yards receiving.
I'm not the biggest. You finished, Rome, or you got some more you want to add? I was just gonna say something and pass it along. But
yeah, I mean, unless you go ahead. Yeah, I mean, if you're coming around again, we're good.
yeah, I'm coming back around. I'm gonna just say a few things, but just on Jordan Matthews, I wasn't never the biggest Jordan Matthews guys, but a fan of Jordan Matthews, but I like his size and I like that quarterback wide receiver, they always kind of have a rapport, and I think Wentz and Matthews can probably make some good things happen. So I do like his size, and he's a big target for Wentz to get it to. Our offensive line, we got to protect Wentz. Foles got touched a lot last week, and I don't want Wentz getting touched a lot. So I think schematically the Eagles have to do some things to prevent that. I don't know if that's 2 tight end sets. I know Rome used to talk about that, a few shows ago. I don't know if
Max protection.
Yeah, max protection. 2 tight end sets, quick passes. I don't know if those are the answers. I think Dougie Peterson.
Jason Peters he's not 100% either.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind if Peters played every other game. You know what I mean? At this point, because he had a great game against the Falcons, and then Tampa Bay. He pulled himself out. I wouldn't mind if Peter sat for half the season and played when he felt good. I really would. You know what I mean? So,
a lot of plays off. Don't he take a lot of plays off?
He takes a lot of plays off, but I mean, he's stellar when he's up to par. When he could play. So I really wouldn't mind him, playing every other game. I mean, I know that's not the ideal situation or something you typically do, but I'm happy that my biggest thing is I think everybody obviously is happy the numbers 11s are back. I don't expect him to have, this over the top game, but I think schematically the Eagles will do some things to protect him, get the ball out quickly, and our running back position. We're injured, so but I think this is a good game for Wentz to come back. I'm not going to say this is an automatic win, but this is a very winnable game. A very winnable game, and I think this is a good time to bring Wentz back if you want to bring him back. So I'm looking forward to it. I think the Eagles will win. But there's some things we gotta tighten up. We're gonna swing it back, Wood or whoever got something to jump right back in. Some key things that y'all might. You guys got anything specific that might be the difference
I
or
do
your
have
main?
something very specific to say, and I have to get it off my chest now. Get
Go
number
ahead.
88 in here. I want Dez Bryant on the team. Get him in there.
Do
He
you
can make a difference.
do you,
I don't care. I don't care. He's played for the Cowgirls. I don't care about that.
I
Come on to the light side.
I would love him to come over here. I think Rome made a good point last show. Howie Roseman has shown the prowess to kind of go out and make things happen. Now, I think he made a good point saying if it was going to happen, it may have happened. I wouldn't completely cancel it out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't completely cancel it out, but it hasn't
But
happened.
another good story. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off just real quick. I was just wanted to say Frank Reich coming back to the link is going to be an interesting, subplot. Nice little side story, considering he was our offensive coordinator. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of schemes he draws up against us offensively, because he knows us.
Yeah,
He knows us. He knows us very well.
I think I almost think our defense may have to maybe score a possible defensive touchdown this game. But yeah, go ahead.
Who would you like to do that? Who do you think has the capabilities of doing it?
I think this game we get a surprise player on the offense, somebody that you would not think of, whether it's Matthews, somebody you just have no idea that may
that number 81 guy. I can't think of his name.
Exactly, perfect.
Yeah.
But somebody's going to show up big because Wentz is back. You know what I mean? Somebody just pop up, and then I think our defense makes a big play. I think we get a defensive score in this game.
I like that. Our boy, number 22, right? That slot cornerback.
Jones. Sidney Jones. I wouldn't mind taking Jones. I take Jones and I take Fletcher Cox dominating. I take those two guys as my defensive players to make something happen.
Yeah. So with me, I wanted to touch on like the defense is excellent at home under Schwartz. I think we give up like 12, 13 points a game, so I don't really see the Colts coming in putting up too many points. I'm not worried about their offense in the league. I think we're stellar at home. I think that's where we shut them down. But I am worried about the running backs. Not too much Clement, but Smallwood. I'm worried about him. Is he going to get as much burn as he did last game? Because I think he got way too many snaps last game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, man. You said it well. Didn't you say? Well, I didn't even cut you off, but didn't you say they're just trying to justify his acquisition? That's why they keep giving him more carries than 30?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I mean,
what were you saying?
Then you got, I can't remember, but then you got the rookie Adams. Is he actually? How's he gonna fit in with the offense? Is he ready to play? Josh Adams got called up, the rookie from Notre Dame. Is he? So I guess he is going to play, but then how much time is he going to get? How good is he going to be in blitz pickup? How good is he going to be in the actual regular season game?
Yeah.
Like, this ain't the preseason.
This is my boy Carter for them.
Game, they throwing him in there with the Wolves now.
I think
we're going to see how he acts. I think he's going to respond good, but go ahead. What you think?
No, that's good stuff. I think the running back position is big this week because Clement is essentially our number one this week, but he's not 100%. So, how many carries and touches? That's what I was asking you about. How many? I think you were talking about Smallwood, and you were saying you were making a point about how many touches he may have this week or whatever. So, what running back do you guys expect to step up or carry the load? And do you think they will be able to carry the load?
I hope it's 30 because I think 30 can do it even if he's not 100%. Every time I see him, I always think about Charlie Gardner. I'm going to call him Charlie Garner. But Clemens, I think Clemens could do it even though he's not 100%.
Yeah, I think
I'm just not a Smallwood fan. I feel like, and I could have swore it was Rome that said it, but I could be wrong. Because it's a good point. I just feel like Smallwood was a terrible choice, but the Eagles are trying to just jam him down our throats so they can see, he was a good choice. But Smallwood, he just doesn't hit that hole fast enough. He dances around behind the line of scrimmage too much for me.
I don't think that's the case. Mike, what you got on the running back position, Mike? How do you feel about that running back spot, particularly this week?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you didn't cut me off. What do you think about the running back spot this week, Mike?
Oh yeah, I feel like I feel real good about Clemens. He's going to be fine as long as we give him the majority of the snaps. I'm like everybody else. I'm not big on Smallwood. I think if you get him in space, they need to use him on wheel routes, not the deep wheel routes, like the short screens, intermediate screens, things like that in the flat. I think Smallwood could be effective. But between the tackle, he doesn't have the vision. He just doesn't see the holes and put his foot in the ground and cut up field. Like Clemens, or I would say for even Josh Adams, but he's an unknown commodity. We haven't seen him on the field.
Right.
So I feel solid with Clemens though starting it. They work him like a horse, but that's not the Eagles' MO. They don't usually work the running backs like that. So
let me ask you guys this: with Carson Wentz obviously getting his first game time action in a while, do you see the Eagles, I think, leaning on the run to kind of protect Carson Wentz? We talked about max protection and things like that, 2 tight end sets. But if they have to lean on the run, who gets the majority of these carries? Because Clement is not 100%. So is it Smallwood? Is it Adams? Is it Adams? Who do you think gets the bulk of these carries, or how should they divide these carries? How should they divide these carries?
I think Clement might get 10, Smallwood 7 or something, and then Adams might get 3 or 4.
Right.
What's that? That gets us at around 20 something.
Yeah.
Maybe like that. I expect Doug to come out. I'm telling you, first play, I think he throws a pass. I think there's no question about that to show that Carson is back. He's going to throw a pass. This is going to be a pass play, first play.
I agree with you. A 6 or 7 yard pass real fast to show Carson's back.
But I hope they do 2 tight end sets. I wonder if Goddard's actually going to get in there.
Yeah.
But I like the guy Perkins. Perkins was all right. I know he dropped 1 pass last week, but he looked all right. He got some hands. They said he's a better pass catcher than Goddard. Goddard's more all around tight end. He could block and catch.
Do you explain that for his more? It seems like he was in the game more than Goddard last week. Is that why? Because I thought Goddard was supposed to be
there. Practice stuff.
Right.
I predicted Ertz to have a big game. Ertz is going to be number 11's biggest target.
He throws that seam route to Ertz. That seemed like that Foles wasn't. He stopped throwing that seam. I didn't see a lot of the seam over the safety's head.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we don't have the speed on the outside to do it. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's that. But I think Carson. He used Wentz. That's like his safety blanket.
No,
big game for Ertz.
I agree. Big game for Ertz. I agree that guys like Ertz, guys like Aguilar who've played with Wentz, I think they'll naturally step up for Wentz, and make plays, and the tight end spot obviously just makes sense because we're depleted right now at our receiver position, but Matthews big target, but
yeah, but I know our D line should get after. The Colts have a weak O line.
Yeah, definitely.
We should definitely get after Luck this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I see us putting a lot of pressure on them.
No,
He's already thrown 3 picks this year.
Has he 3?
So hopefully we get a couple. Hopefully Darby, maybe even Hicks gets in there plays a little zone coverage and just
play
goes
fundamental football.
fast.
Limit the mistakes. Don't shoot ourselves in the foot. I don't want to see no 3rd and 41s. I've never seen that in my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's been ages since I've seen such poor play, especially from a championship team. You know, you can't shoot yourself in the foot. You know, you can't miss 42-yard field goals. You know, these are the things that good teams do. They shore up the fundamentals.
Right.
And last week the Eagles did not do that. Eagles were slow getting started against the Falcons, but they were able to get it together. Unfortunately, the Eagles got it together a little too late, and we ran out of time to try to make a comeback against the Buccaneers. And can't do that. You got to come out, play your game, and execute. Matthews, watch the drops. Please put your hands together. Fundamental. Catch the ball. Don't try to catch it with your chest. It's gonna bounce right off. I've seen. Huh?
Go ahead. Excuse me.
No, that's all. I'm just thinking about the things that could possibly go wrong. And I remember having these. I'm trying to have a short memory and not think about all the things that went wrong against the Buccaneers. But some of the most frustrating things was the missed field goal, was some penalties at the most inopportune time, like right when we were starting to gain momentum. So I'm looking for them to shore that up this week.
So essentially, you feel like we lost to the Bucs. The Bucs didn't beat us. We lost to the Bucs.
Man, that's tough because I don't want to take anything away from the Bucs because they're actually playing well and they have a heck of an offense. But the game could have been more competitive.
Right.
I thought the Bucs just came out and beat us.
Okay.
No question. The Bucs are serious.
Flat out execution, man.
Right.
Ready and exploited our corners.
Yeah.
Evans and Jackson just dominated that game, man.
They're
Fletcher Williams.
Yeah. But you know what? Listen to this. As bad as and I agree with JD because JD talks about our corners, and I think corners are a big part of your defense. Listen, we played against Julio Jones and Sanu, you know what I mean? And next week we played against D-Jack and Evans. You know, we played against two good tandem receivers back to back. So, I think Jim Schwartz kind of shores that up this week, just shores up a total game plan, and I think our defense plays big. I don't think we'll dominate this game, but I think it's a very winnable game that we will win. We'll shore up things defensively, and like Woody said, as long as we don't make the mistakes offensively, I think we can come out here and get a win. I don't expect Wentz to look like the MVP he did last year. As long as he stays healthy, I don't care what Wentz does. 75% Wentz, you know what I mean? As long as he stays healthy, we're fine, you know what I mean? And he'll give us enough that we need to get the win. So I think we get the win, man. Ultimately, I think we get the win, man. Carson Wentz back. Our defensive play sound. We got to protect them offensive line, and I think the Eagles get the win, man. I think the Eagles get the win.
Looks like we're all in agreement on that.
Okay, man. Hey, man, listen, man.
We got one taken care of as far as our Broadstreet 4-for-4 pick six.
Week 3, man. It looks like we're all in agreement, man. We got the Eagles winning, man. Week 3 at home against the Colts, man. And our leader Carson Wentz is back, so we all excited about that. The whole city excited about that, man. And we're gonna jump right into our next part of the show, man. This is Broadstreet 4-for-4 pick 6, man. Where we pick 6 games out the week, man. Six games, man. And we hope y'all again, man. We want y'all to follow us. Go on the platforms and follow us, man. Follow us and make y'all picks too, man. But we're gonna pick our 6 games right now. I don't know who doing it. Wood, Rome. Who's making the picks? Going down the list. Go down the list, Rome. We all gonna make our picks one by one.
All right. Well, we already did one of the pick 6 because that's Colts Eagles.
And we all
we all in agreement unless somebody changes their mind right now.
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
All right, so I'm putting this all down as Eagles win over the Colts.
Yeah.
Okay, our next game is Giants and the Texans. Chris, who you got?
You know what? I'm going Texans at home.
All right. Texans at home. Wood, who you got?
The New York Giants are terrible. They could be this year's Cleveland Browns. So I'm definitely going with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, bad. Mike, who you got?
I'm going with the G, man.
Okay.
Get one on the road.
And just like Wood said, the Giants are terrible. They haven't scored 30 points in like 34 straight games. In this type of league, you can't drop 30 with Eli and Odell, and now you got Saquon.
You got Saquon, yeah.
All right, give me the Texans.
Texans, okay.
Yeah. Our next game is Packers at the Skins.
This is a tough game, 1:00 game. We're at Redskins. I like Alex Smith. I'm not sure if it's much else that I like about the Redskins. I like that. I like their tight end. They have Reed. He's a good, solid tight end. They have a few, I guess, offensive weapons. I'm not sure if I like anything much besides Alex Smith. You know what? I'm going with AR, man. I'm going Green Bay on the road.
All right. What's your thoughts on that game? What?
Same way, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers because they're feeling some type of way about that tie from last week. They're going to bounce back and put a whooping on that team in Washington.
Mr. McCline, what you got?
Riding the wave.
Okay.
Going down Washington, rolling over those Washington guys. If AP doesn't show up, they don't have much. No play action for Smith.
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this game, but
tough game to pick.
It's a tough game. You still got Rodgers, which is he's still nursing that knee injury.
Definitely.
The Skins, after 2 weeks, are number one in defense. I think I will ride with the Skins this week. I know I've been picking them all year. I don't know why. I know some of our listeners are probably upset that I'm grabbing the Skins 3 straight weeks, but I'm going to ride it out. I might win this week. Plus, I need to catch up. So I got to jump somewhere. So everybody's grabbing the Packers. Hopefully the Skins win one for me, so I'm going to take them.
They're at home, so we got to get some.
They're at home. I think the Packers are favored, but still, I'm gonna ride with them.
Listen.
All right, next one we got is the Cowgirls at the Seahawks.
4:00 game in Seattle. I'm going. Remember the whole 12th man and how that was one of the toughest places to play. I'm not seeing that from them anymore. The Seahawks are not the team that they once were. I can actually see the Cowgirls winning this one.
So that's your pick.
That's my pick, the Dallas Cowgirls.
Okay.
Seattle, definitely not the team they were. I was upset they let Lynch go a few years ago. I thought, I've been pissed with the Seahawks since they threw that pass on the goal line with Brady. They haven't sat well with me since the Super Bowl when they threw the pick. But not to go too far back, but I will give them the win. I will give them the win right here. They're not once the strong team. But I'll give them the win at home right now. Russell Wilson's still a great quarterback. He knows how to improvise and make things happen. I'm going Seattle at home right here.
You know what? Before Mike makes his pick, I'm surprised that Wood took the Cowgirls, but go ahead, Mike.
I know. I am too, man. But Seattle's bad. Seattle's bad.
What'd you say, Mike?
Seattle's looking bad, man. That's why I'm going with the Cowgirls too. It hurts my heart. It's almost like when I had to vote for Hillary Clinton. So really bad. Right. I'm gonna go with the win.
Right. Good stuff.
That made my night, bro. That made my night.
Good stuff, McCline.
I feel the same way. The Seahawks just went downhill. The defense is done. I don't think Earl Thomas is playing. He's not even. I don't think he showed up to practice 2 straight days. Carroll doesn't even have an answer for the media or anything. I think it's done running football. I think they collapsed this year. I'm taking the Cowgirls also.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now our next game is the Chargers versus the Rams.
It's another 4 o'clock game in LA.
Count me. I'm going with the Rams. A lot of talent over the Rams. A lot over there on the Rams.
I wouldn't be surprised if we all picked the Rams. The Rams is just really good. They're a high potent offense. I'm picking the LA Rams.
Yeah, Rams going to beat them. Chargers might come. You know those West Coast 4 o'clock. You know one thing when I was growing up with the West Coast 4 o'clock games, sometimes they used to have like dirt on the grass on the turf. Like playing out
like the baseball field.
Like in the sun, it's a little different out there. But, so it might be a game, you know, West Coast type rivalry. Who knows what's going on? But I go with the Rams.
Yeah, it's I think the Rams are just rolling, but I would like to see the Chargers pull that one out. Just because the Rams are in the NFC also.
Yeah,
I think Chargers have a potent offense. You still got Rivers, and now he's got some weapons on the outside. Yeah, so but I think I just got to go with the Rams. I think they just have too much talent. That team, when you look at it, man, they're loaded, man.
Loaded with talent, and that's why I'm strictly going with them. But Chargers are one of those teams. It seems like year to year, they almost could beat anybody week to week, man, with Phillip Rivers. But you know, it always seems like they start out 0-6 and then they finish the season, you know what I mean, on a 7-game winning streak. But you know, Chargers could beat I think any team in the NFL week to week. But this game here, just again, Rams are loaded. So Rams.
All right. Our last game is Steelers at the Bucks.
Monday
nighter. What's your thoughts?
I'll start. I really think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the real deal. I don't think they're going to be a flash in the pan this season. We got a taste of how good they are. Their offense is really, really good. Fitzgerald is on a streak. And you know, another thing, they look like they're having a good time in the locker room. Like, did you see that press conference where Fitzgerald was dressed up with Deshaun Jackson's clothes and just having a good time? Like, they're playing loose. You know, they're kind of like almost us in a way. Like from last year, they're under the radar. Nobody's really expecting them to do well, and they punching teams in the mouth. We felt it. And then I don't. And the Steelers are not impressing me at all. They fall apart in games. Since again, the season's young, a lot can change. Teams can turn it around. But then the Steelers are not going to turn around against the Buccaneers Monday night. This is going to be the Buccaneers are looking at this as an opportunity to showcase their talent to the world now. Like they're going to say, like, look, we're the real deal. We 2-0. We are legit 2-0, and we about to make you show y'all what's up. And we're going to go 3-0. Yeah, the Buccaneers are going to win that game.
Yeah, I agree with that, Wood. I agree with. I was actually down Tampa when I was away after I left New Orleans, and I met a guy. Shout out to Mike from Tampa Bay. I told him about our podcast, and he said he was going to tune in.
Right.
We hear this, but they're feeling good about themselves down there. I think the Steelers don't have their defense hasn't shown anything this year. Mahomes put up 6 on them.
Yeah.
And, you know, come on, man. Be serious. And if the way this guy's playing down there, their defense, it'll at least be a shootout. And I think I go with the home team. You know, I would give an edge. Everything you can't do with analytics, it comes down to statistics. Sometimes when you're home and you got that type of firepower, you do well at home. You know, it's the first step in being a good team is winning your home games. And I think they're a pretty good team this year. It's in history, kind of history. The NFC South every year. It's somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
Every year. It's never the same team twice out of it. You know,
you're right.
Atlanta got close, but they weren't as good. I don't even know if they won that division. They may have. I don't know.
New Orleans.
Yeah, last year. So it's kind of like every year they get somebody new out of that division.
Mm-hmm.
That's the parity in football down there. But I got the Bucks.
I listen. I agree with 100%. You guys say, and I root for Tampa Bay because my man Deshaun is over there. You know what I mean? I'm not a team guy. I like play. I like the Eagles, but besides that, I like players. And my man D-Jack is over there. I love Tampa Bay. I think if Tampa Bay wins this game, they can, we can start looking at them as it's still early, but we could say, you know what, they are somewhat legitimate. But you know what, I, obviously, who's the running back still is losing my
Le'Veon.
Le'Veon. Obviously, I think if Bell plays, a lot of people change their pick quick. He's not playing, so why am I bringing that up? I don't know, but I'm still going with Pittsburgh right now to win this game. Until the Bucks.
Stop friends. Stop trying to make excuses of why you think the Steelers going to win. You're just trying to catch up in the standings.
I'm trying to catch it, and that my last point. I want to try to catch up and make some ground here. So I'm going Mike Tomlin, and the Pittsburgh Steelers right here. Bucks, prove it to me. I do like the Bucks, but the NFC, prove it to me, and then we'll start going with the Bucks in future games. But I'm taking the Steelers.
Okay. I'm taking the Bucks. I think.
Ooh, I get to catch up. I get a game on everybody. I win one. Go ahead, Ron.
Because I think it's It's going to be a shootout too. Because I don't think the Bucks defense is that good either. I think they're bad, just like Pittsburgh defense. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh's defense, and I mean, it could be a toss-up. It could be the Steelers, but I'm gonna ride with my pick. My gut was what I thought at the beginning of the show was the Bucks. I'm gonna just ride out with them. I think D-Jack has another big game, and Evans and OJ Howard, and I think Fitzpatrick possibly throws for another 4 TDs. Man, he might even throw for another 400 yards. That might be 3 straight games with 400 yards. But I think eventually, I know you want to jump in real quick, but let me just say this real quick, see. I think eventually Fitzpatrick turns back into Fitzpatrick by like game 5 or game 6. You're going to see the real guy while he's been a career backup his whole career backup. It's going to come. The truth always comes out in the NFL. Right. He's not going to dominate the whole season.
I don't disagree with that at all. I don't think Fitzpatrick stays at this level, but he has so many weapons. I think, on a bad day, he could throw it to Deshaun, and Deshaun could run 80 yards, and his stats would get bad. And I can see Fitzpatrick having a 300-yard game damn near every game this year. I'm still going with the Steelers right now. I need the Bucks to prove it to me, and I kind of root for Tampa Bay again because my man DJ's back there, but I'm going Steelers again to reiterate. So
yeah, it's pretty interesting. Deshaun always steps up when he has to go against a contemporary. On the other side of the ball, they're saying he's the best receiver. Deshaun usually shows out in those type of situations. I remember when he was with the Birds, he always played well.
Definitely.
Somebody across the field from him.
Definitely. But I'm going Ben Roethlisberger. Me, I'm really more so going Ben Roethlisberger against Fitzpatrick and Mike Tomlin, and just the Pittsburgh proving. I know they're not there. I know they're not the same team, especially with Le'Veon Bell. It's hard to recreate that and miss somebody who's that good because Le'Veon Bell is one of the premier backs in the league, so it's hard to replace that. And so they're not the same Pittsburgh team without him. But I'm going Pittsburgh. So is that our picks, fellas? That's our picks for the. That's our picks.
That was the last one. The Broadstreet 4x4 pick 6.
That's our pick 6.
That's my special effect.
Yeah, yes, sir. We was with you, Wood. That was special effects, man. Woody Wood, James Woodruff, man. That was our pick 6, though. Broadstreet 4x4 pick 6. And remember, man, y'all can log in, man. IG, Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, SoundCloud, Podbean, man. Podbean is a free app. You know what I mean? Download it. Follow, comment, suggest, man. Pick y'all 6 games and follow us, man. You know what I mean? And we love to hear what y'all got. And we incorporate y'all. We will incorporate y'all with the show, man. So don't hesitate, man.
Yo, man, shout out to Philly Tide. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts and I believe we answered one of your questions. Talking about Jordan Matthews. I hate the fact that we got him, but I think I already talked about that. But yeah, shout out to you, man. Thanks for weighing in on your thoughts.
Yeah,
and we're gonna discuss Elton Brand too.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we're gonna move along, man. There's a lot of interesting things going on in the NBA, and of course, the big news this week. Former player of the 76ers, Elton Brand, has been named.
We're gonna do top 5 running backs, though.
Oh! You know what? Excuse me. That's my fault. That's my fault.
I threw you off track a little bit when I brought up Elton Brand. I said we're gonna talk about that later. I thought we was gonna flow into talk about that top 5 running backs.
You know what? That's my fault. Top 5 running backs. Let me get excited here, man, because I was going to the NBA and kind of, you know what I mean. We still rolling, man. Man. Top 5 running backs, man, and I gotta defer, but this is big right here, man. Top 5 running backs. Yeah. I can't wait to hear everybody's top 5 running backs.
I think running backs are probably one of the most exciting positions on offense. When you think about the NFL, you got the quarterback, you got football period. You got the quarterback, you got the wide receivers, you got the running backs. These are the pretty positions. These are the positions that get the crowd going, because they get the ball a lot, And this is one of my favorite topics. The wide receivers was fun. And I'm sorry Mike missed that, but he obviously missed it for good reason. But that was a fun discussion, and I think running backs going to be right up there. I think Rome should go first, to be honest with you.
All right,
well, because I can't. I'm just too excited. I just want to hear Rome's picks.
That's what we're gonna do, man. I thought we was, we going into our top 5. We ain't gonna dwell on what we thought and all that, man. Top 5 running backs all time. JD, let me hear what you got, man. We going through everybody, man. We top 5, and if you're not a sports fan, if you're a sports fan, you in this conversation knee deep, man. Top 5 running backs NFL all time, man. JD, you setting it off. Let me hear what you got.
All right, I'm gonna start off with honorable mention. I could have went more than 5 honorable mentions. I'm gonna keep it at 5. So really, I got a top 10 list, but that's just how I do it. I'm gonna do it like that every week. Everybody's just gotta deal with it. And it's no order. I got LaDainian Tomlinson. And I'm not going into detail since I'm doing such a big list. I'm just naming them all. Right. So Tomlinson, Marshall Faulk, O.J. Simpson, Emmitt Smith, and Thurman Thomas.
I love the O.J. and Thurman. My fault. Go ahead.
All right, now I'm getting into my top 5. Number 5, Adrian Peterson. Number 4, Eric Dickerson. Number 3, Walter Payton. Number 2, Jim Brown. And number 1, Barry Sanders. Somebody else got it.
Somebody jump in, man. Mike or Wood, who's jumping in? Unless y'all want me to jump.
I got the running backs is a real important position in football. They carry the ball carrier. And the old wise man said, if you got a ball carrier, you need a man that can tackle, a linebacker that can tackle that ball carrier. And that's when we had to get into the passing game with the play action. Right. But I'm gonna start off number 5 out of my top 5. I got Gale Sayers.
Gale Sayers.
Gale Sayers. I got number 4. I got Walter Payton. Number 3, I got the Juice. He was the man back in the day, even though he had some. We all know. Yeah. I had commercials when commercials. That's big. He was a big time runner. He was a big time runner.
OJ was a monster.
Yeah, OJ was nice. People just forget about him off the field issues, but I like to keep it between the lines. Mm-hmm. Number 2, this was hard for me. This is my favorite running back growing up. I used to rock his number, even though I played D-back. Started off playing D-back. I used to rock the number 20 for my man Barry. I just remember those metallic silver jerseys thrown in those blue ones, the throwbacks from the 50s, the blues with the silver 20. I mean, that guy was amazing. Watching him jump backwards, cut on the dime left, then zigzag. And he didn't have a line. All those numbers without a line. Wise guy, because he left before he got a concussion.
Right.
He was before his time with nobody, being smart about his career. My number 1, I got to go with Jim Brown. I mean, the numbers speak for himself.
No doubt.
He dominated, utterly dominated, and until he had the Cleveland guys happy. Fans in Cleveland were happy back when he was playing. This guy was amazing to watch. So that's my top 5.
Yeah, it took Cleveland a while to be happy about something else.
Now they got a good quarterback.
Yeah, it took them a while. Good stuff, Mike.
Good. That's a good list.
Go ahead. You jumping up with
my list? I'm gonna tell y'all like this. All your list is good, but it's time for Woody Wood to drop the best list.
Oh, this guy rapping. I like the rock.
Check it out. Honorable mention. Deuce Staley. Okay? Alright, number 5. Ricky Waters. Alright? Number 4.
I like him though.
LaShawn McCoy.
Right.
Alright? Number 3. Wilbur Montgomery.
Right.
Alright? Wilbur. Number 2, Brian Westbrook. And number 1, Steve Van Buren. NFL Films voice. And Steve Van Buren, where he scores the touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's who I'm picking.
That's your Steve Sable voice.
EAGLES Eagles. Now that's the fanboy in me.
Right.
Now this is the football fan in me. Real quick, I'm gonna just run it down. They all got jackets, like Woody Wood's greatest running backs. There's no 1 through 5. It's just 5 greatest. Gale Sayers, Walter Payton, Jim Brown, and I got to put them in there. Number 22 from the Cowgirls, Emmitt Smith. However, I want to put my own asterisk next to Emmitt Smith because he had an amazing offensive line. And I think Keith Byers could have had a Hall of Fame career if he would have had the line that Emmitt Smith had. So I'm just saying that. But that's just the rivalry in me as far as being an Eagle fan. But Emmitt Smith, there's no denying he was an amazing back. But my number one, it breaks my heart that he retired early because I think if he would have played a little bit longer, he would be the number 1, and we wouldn't talk about Emmitt Smith being the number 1 running back, yards and all that stuff. Barry Sanders, number 20, Detroit Lions. I mean, he was something to watch. I hated the fact that I could never really see his games because we didn't, we got all the Eagles games. We didn't live in Detroit. It's the only time we got to see Barry play was those rare occasions that they would get some nationally televised game. Because the Lions they weren't that good. They only had like a moment when they were good. And because I remember that year, the year Deion Sanders was on the Falcons, and they were all doing that whole, the black with Jerry Glanville and all that. I think kind of the Lions were good.
They were always good.
They always played on Thanksgiving,
right?
Yeah, so I remember they had one heck of a game. I think it was one year the actual Lions were playing the Cowboys, and I just remember this run. It looked like he was just dead in the water, but he just somehow broke through the crowd, broke through the pile, and just ran it for a touchdown. And I just loved his demeanor. Like when he scored a touchdown, it was never flashy. He just handed the ref the ball, give his teammates a few high fives, go to the sideline, sit down, and get ready to just relax, get his breath to get ready to go back on offense next time. Just play the game the right way. Barry Sanders, number 1.
Right. I think
I said Jim Brown, didn't I? Did I say Jim Brown?
I hope you did.
I hope
yeah.
Yeah.
So just to recap.
You didn't say Jim Brown. We just exit out your list.
Right.
So just to recap, so I can make sure I'm on point. I say Gale Sayers, Walter Payton, Emmitt Smith, Jim Brown, Barry Sanders.
Okay.
Those are my 5.
All right.
So I might have skipped because I wanted to just get to Barry Sanders so fast because I just wanted to speak on him and how much he meant to me. So it was like Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, Michael Jordan, Mike Quick, Chris Carter. Those are some players that I hold dear to my heart. Right. Barry Sanders is one of them. Always like the way he played.
Right. I think we all in agreement. I think anybody with half a brain knows if Barry Sanders would have continued to play, he would have crushed the record, and guys will still be chasing it right now. All you guys gave great lists, but y'all off by one or two guys. Y'all missing it, y'all off, you got decent lists. I'm gonna bring it from five through one, and my my fifth spot, I'm torn. Uh, Tony Dorsett and Marcus Allen. Dorsett ninth rushing all time. Marcus Allen 14th all time. It's only about 500 yards to separate these guys, but Marcus Allen had 123 rushing touchdowns, which is third all time. We all know he had a knack for the end zone. So if I want to put somebody in that fifth spot, Tony Dorsett or Marcus Allen, flip the coin. Whoever you guys feel is better. My top four through one, I don't think nobody can argue on. But I go Eric Dickerson, man. He's my number fourth guy, man. 13th all in TDs, man. 13,259 yards, man. Career rushing yards, and he's the first guy. Was Dickerson the first guy to crack 2,000? No. OJ was. Yeah, OJ was. Dickerson had
he's got the record for most yards in the season.
Exactly. He's got the record for most yards in the season. And, that was 131 yards a game, man. So Dickerson is a monster, man. 8th all-time rushing. My number three, like I told you earlier in the show, depending on your era, 3 through 1 could be interchangeable. If you come from our era, you may say Barry. If you come from that era slightly before us, you may say Walter, Jim Brown. Number three, I'm gonna go. Do I go Walter Payton or Barry Sanders? I'll go Walter. I'll go Walter. Sweetness. 16. I'll go 16,000. Walter obviously had every rushing record when he retired. Sweetness. 16,000 yards rushing for his career. Number two, Barry Sanders, man. What can I say, man? If he continued to play, he would have crushed the record. And number one, I'm going Jim Brown. Jim Brown had every rushing record thinkable when he retired. And how many years did Jim Brown play? Was it 9 or 10? Because I don't know.
It was 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
Played like the same amount of years, him and Barry.
Now think about this though. The first 3 to 4 years, there are only 12 games a year, and the only his last 5 years are only 14 games a year. This guy flat out was a monster, and if you look up yards per game, Jim Brown's at the top of the list.
He was at 100, right?
Yeah, he's over 100. Yeah, he's over 100 yards per game. So obviously, if he plays the amount of games that everybody else plays, he catches these guys easily. So
is Jim Brown the guy that we all agree on? Because I can remember how last week we had Jerry Rice, and I was asking before the show, do you think we'll have one guy that we all have at number one?
I think, did you have Barry at number one or you had Jim Brown?
I had Barry number one. Well, let me rephrase. Somebody consistently in our top 5.
Yeah.
Well, because Jerry Rice was all of our number ones, wasn't he?
I think Barry, Walter, and Jim Brown should be in everybody's top 3 to 5.
Right. That's what we talked about. Okay.
If you guys remember before we even started this list, I don't have a problem with anybody. I know my brother, 7 years older than me, they talk about Walter. Sweetness is Walter. I know, my mom's husband, you can't tell him nothing different than Jim Brown. he doesn't.
It's all based on what you saw. I didn't see Jim Brown, but I know the history of the game, so I'm gonna put him in there.
Imagine how great Bo Jackson would be if he was healthy.
And at our age, we caught Walter at the tail end.
At the tail end, exactly.
But we saw the complete career of Barry.
Right, exactly.
And that's why I was just off my eyes. Barry is the best.
Earl Campbell's another one who could play. They put in the same boat with Walter Payton. Earl Campbell.
Hold up. Go ahead. Go ahead, fellas. Go ahead.
I was just saying Earl Campbell was another one you could add to that. We caught the tail end of his career.
But I got Dorsett down here. I have him down here, and I have Marcus Allen. But then I just thought about like Marcus Allen, him with the touchdowns, yeah. But I think him as a running back, I thought there were better running backs on there. Just runners of the football. That's why I didn't put him down there. But I do like Marcus Allen. He was always my favorite. I even like Marcus Allen over Bo Jackson, even when they was both on the Raiders. I was never a real
didn't play that long though. If Bo played longer, man, Bo Jackson.
I don't know. I was never really a huge Bo Jackson fan.
Man, Bo Jackson was so good.
I thought he was all right, but I didn't get like the big deal about it. If you look at his numbers, like his numbers aren't that good.
Yeah.
His range goes
when you watch him, he has good highlights. Look at his numbers per season and see what they look like. They're just average numbers, man. Seriously, just pull them up. Like you think he dominated, but he didn't really dominate when he played, man.
He played like 3 seasons.
But those 3 seasons he did. You take Barry's first 3 seasons and put him up against Bo's. It's not even a comparison, man. That's what
Bo Jackson was a phenomenal athlete. He played 2 sports, but
really he wasn't great. But he played 2 sports.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like when you try to compare whatever seasons he has as a running back against the other all-time greats, he doesn't measure up against them, man.
No, I think
I'm telling you, pull him up online and look at him.
Yeah,
like, we're just thinking about it as a little kid, and you saw how dominant he was. He had a bunch of talent, but he didn't put up great numbers, man.
No, Bo Jackson is one of those guys. He was a great athlete in his college career, just like Herschel Walker. Those guys were dominant in college. You know what I mean? Bo Jackson and Herschel Walker, they were more dominant in college. When they actually got to the league, they weren't as dominant. But to me, they're honorable mentions, but they weren't great in the NFL. But
I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree. Considering how many games he played, 87. I'm looking at his stats, man. Of course he didn't run for over 1,000 yards because he didn't play a full season. Like he still managed to average 6.8 yards a carry his first year. He ran for 554 yards on 81 carries. He damn near averaged 7 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's impressive, man. The ball was nasty. That was his 782 total yards rushing, 16 touchdowns in 3 years.
But nobody over a full season will average 7-point-something yards.
Not a running back. Not a running back.
He played half the season. He played 7 games.
But you can't project that over a whole season because his average per carry would go down.
In 1989, he played 11 games, had 950 yards rushing, 5.5 yards a carry.
He's saying what he's saying was if he played the full season, those numbers would come down. That's Rome's point.
No, if he played the full season, those numbers would be up. He would have he had like 1,600 yards. He had like 1,600 yards.
Yeah.
Nobody knows football. 7.something yards per carry over a whole season.
Don't you remember the Nike ads, man?
Mm-hmm.
Bo knows football.
Mm-hmm. Bo was a phenomenal athlete. He's an honorable mention at running backs. He's not in the top 5 running backs, not even close.
And I don't know. Even saying he was.
No. I'm not saying you did say he was, Wood. I'm just making a statement right now.
I'm coming at everybody, man.
Okay.
Bo, you the man, Bo.
I know.
Bo knows Broadstreet 4 for 4.
You know what? Probably because I like Marcus Allen better than Bo Jackson.
Right.
Marcus Allen is phenomenal. Marcus Allen was clearly better.
But Al Davis cut him because of Bo Jackson. That's why.
Right.
Probably why I'm not a real Bo Jackson fan.
Marcus got 12.
Now we're peeling back these layers and find out why Rome really has such a disdain for my man Bo Jackson.
No, listen. Not only, but back to Jim Brown. Not only did they have 12 game and 14 game seasons, he averaged over 104 yards, which is the highest per game average of any running back all time, and he averaged 5.2 yards per carry, which is the second highest all time. I don't know if y'all know who's at number one. It's
I thought it was Barry for a little bit, but he's not.
he probably had it for a little bit. I don't doubt that. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't doubt it at all. But
Number 1.
Jamal Charles, he has 5.4 yards per carry. Jamal Charles. But
and Bo Jackson got really cool sneakers. The cool, okay? So
right.
He probably got the best sneakers for a football player.
Yeah, I got the Bo Jackson orange and blue.
Orange and blue. Ain't no question. He had that crossover thing, you know what I'm saying? They was for both,
the orange and blue was for Auburn, and he had the black and silver ones for the Raiders.
Hey,
yeah, I want some black and silver Jones, man.
You can't go wrong with any Bo Jacksons, for real. You know what I mean? But I saw that 30 for 30 special on Bojack, man. It made me even a bigger Bojack fan, man. Especially when he came back, man, off of that major hip injury when he had. It seemed like kind of an innocuous tackle when he hurt his hip, and it really didn't seem like nothing, but it was a major injury, man. But when he came back, man, and hit that home run for the Royals, man, that was heartwarming stuff, man. I think his mother passed or something to that effect. And you know, his first time up the plate, man, he hit a home run, man. That 30 for 30 is special, man. If y'all get a chance, check that out.
I'm still reeling off that word innocuous. That was man, you blew me away with that word, brother.
Oh man, yeah, man. You know.
Sometimes you got
that was word of the night.
Sometimes you got to break out the
yes,
the thesaurus, man.
Hey.
I was looking at something on my phone and it screwed up my whole thought.
Hey, listen.
You catch something and then you like, oh, what?
Chris got them 30 words.
Throw me off.
Hey, listen, the student loans is hitting me for $140 a month. I might as well use it for something. I got the 30 grand in debt. You know, hey, I might as well show a little something every now and then. But I get lucky sometimes. But yeah, man, there you go, man. That was our top 5, man. Hope everybody enjoyed it, man. Again, man, we want y'all to join in, man. Give us your top 5 running backs all the time, man. Stay interactive, man, so we can get some feedback. Let us know if y'all agree with our list, and give us your top 5 picks, man. So that was our top 5 NFL running backs. We're gonna get the show moving and keep it moving, man. Keep it moving and get this thing underway. I brought it up earlier, but we're going to talk about Elton Brand. He was named Sixers general manager this week, and I want to know how my fellas feel about that. Good for the Sixers, bad for the Sixers, pros and cons. Elton Brand, the new GM of the 76ers. Congratulations, Elton Brand. How do you guys feel about that? Mike McCline, how do you feel about that, Mike?
Well, I feel I'm happy with the move. I think it's a good internal move. I know a lot of people question his pedigree or the years of experience that he had, but he was offered a position 7 years ago when he retired the second time. He was offered an assistant GM position with another organization. So he's been doing the right stuff. It's good to have somebody in house instead of bringing these guys from out. We had Tony DeLeo. We had guys, from the Colangelos. They were put in from the outside. So it's good to have someone coming in from internally. They rose the ranks. He and Brett Brown are on the same page. I feel like, of course, people are trying to say he's a figurehead or whatnot, but most GMs still have to get everything screened through the owner. They just don't make moves because they don't write the checks. That's professional sports. So I hear a lot of guys, saying, "Oh, he's just there to take the hits for Brett Brown. Brett Brown's still the GM, but that's how you want them. You want those guys to be synchronized. You want them on the same page, calibrated, so that Elton Brand, I feel he's more of a human aspect of the GM. He has experience in the league. He knows chemistry. He knows the ins and outs. I think you have a face that can relate to players when they come in. Remember, he was the number 1 pick Brand had a big contract when he was out in LA. He was an All-Star twice. So he moves on. I think that it's a good pick. They'll work in unison, and it was good.
That was it. He said it, man. Mike said everything. The only thing I was going to say was, and Mike already touched on it, was that he's going to bridge that gap between player and front office. And I think that's going to be a good thing for the players. The players can look at him like, oh, he's cool. You know, he's one of us. He was actually suiting up with us a couple years ago. And before the show started, I was talking to the fellas about, you know, Joel Embiid joking about the fact that he dunked on him. And, you know, he's just be that type of dude that you can kind of relate to. Like, and he can bridge that old school, new school, bring it in, you know, be able to level with the players and tell them what they need to do. And, I think it's a good thing. I was shocked. I remember y'all texted, you know, and I said, Elton Brand. And then once you do research on it, you saw that, you know, he did have some experience. But it's a big jump. I think it was like the G League or something like that.
Same organization though.
Yeah, the Delaware Blue Coats, right? So, but hey, you know, he does have experience being a Sixer and a two-time All-Star, been in the league for a long time, and he's playing. He's not one of those, you know, old fogies just looking at stats and looking at budgets. You know, he's actually in the trenches, so he can bring a different element to the team. He can bring a different element and just hopefully make some good picks with us. Develop the guys that we currently have. So we get Markelle Fultz, get them tight, get that jump shot right, get Ben Simmons right, and maybe express to them the importance of practicing, working on your game. And so hopefully he'll be able to get through to some of these younger players.
Right. Go ahead, Ron. What you got, Ron?
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I think we're like emulating that dynamic with the Spurs. Elton Brand is going to be like R.C. Buford, and then you got Brett Brown is like Pop. They're just going to work hand in hand with each other and run stuff by each other, you know, and that's how it should work. Like the coach should want his type of players in there, but then it should be like a give and take. Like the GM should have opinions on it also. And it's good that Elton Brand knows these players. He's close with everybody. You know, him being a former player, he'll be able to bring free agents in and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be able to go out and talk to players. He probably, you know, has a good gauge with some older veterans. Maybe we bring in some veteran help. Because I think that's what the team needs right now. We got enough young talent. We need some veterans that could just slow it down. You know what I mean? When you're in the playoffs, like, hold on. You're like, young boys, y'all getting too crazy. You know, we so turnover prone. We need like that old head to come in and just settle us down sometimes.
Right.
And, that's the job JJ should have, but he turns the fucking ball, excuse my language, he turns it over more than the young boys most of the time.
Right.
You're supposed to be the veteran out there.
Right.
But I mean, I think it will work with bringing in key free agents. I think the only thing is now it's going to be kind of tougher. Like you trying with the draft, you got to try to find those lower tier players now. Because now we're going to be drafting at 26, 27. You know, you got to find those gems out there, those players that slip through the cracks. You're going to be looking at more European players.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That whole first round, you know, the whole lottery pick stuff is done. Like, that's it for us.
Right.
We're not going to get that anymore. So it's really not trying to evaluate elite talent. It's trying to evaluate mid to late round talent.
Complimentary.
Complimentary. Yeah, you're not getting any stars.
Yeah, you got to.
And you're trying to bring in some free agents that could just mesh with what we have, with our core, which is Embiid, Simmons, and Fultz, and Dario.
Yeah, they'll get all the money. Yeah, we got to just figure it out.
That's what it is. And I think Brand And I think Brett Brown, they've been working together. He was assistant coach and all that, so I think they got a good rapport together. And I think it'll work. I think it was a good hire.
Great. We Wood mentioned earlier, but we got Philly Tide, who actually one of our listeners actually had a question about this specifically. Having the hiring of Elton Brand as a GM, does that make the 76ers more attractive to top level free agents? How do you guys how do you guys feel about that? Do you think we're attractive to top level free agents because of that hire?
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
I think so.
Definitely.
Again, because he's younger, getting teams like, yo, I like Elton. He's cool. I remember when he was here playing, and we went out and got and drank a few. You know, we was out partying together. Like, he's cool. I wouldn't mind having him as a boss. Like, that's one of those type of situations.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Mike, give me your top pros and cons, or why do you think that why Elton Brand is attractive or be more attractive for top level free agents?
I start with the cons. The only cons could be if his relationships with agents. If the agents, they like to deal with certain GMs. Everybody has those deals. Things in the light and things in the dark. So he may have, I don't know. It's something I don't know, but it could be potentially with older agents that have been with the old establishment. Like the Colangos knew everybody because of their age. DeLeo, they let him go. He was good, he was innovative, but DeLeo didn't know anything. He didn't know anybody. So, but I think Ellen has the nice mix. For my pros, I think his age. I think the fact he was a number one pick. He went through 3-4 contracts in the NBA. He knows how to speak to every player at every aspect of their NBA life. If they're a new rookie that we're signing, with like Jerome said, late in the first round, he knows how to talk to them. Then sure, he can talk to them and tell them how to get the next paycheck.
Mike,
because it's only going to be a certain amount of money.
Yes. Excuse me. Tell our listeners why it's important that Elton Brand went through 3 or 4 contract situations and how that helps him as a GM.
Oh yeah, because he knows like the market value. He can be honest. He can probably speak to a lot of players in their language. Every profession has a different language, a coded language. Whatever you do, you're a computer code programmer, you're a teacher, you're a plumber. You have a coded language that as your trade. And being that he was a former player, he knows that language. He's been through it. So he may be able to get us an older player that can complement. If you remember a lot of the championship teams, for say like the Miami Heat, Pat Riley, he brought in guys that were good, were all-stars on the tail of their career. Like Steve Smith. He was on that Heat team. It was Jason Williams, the guy from Boston as well.
You brought in Gary Payton too.
They had Payton out there, and you had Antoine Walker. And some people on that team, that could fill space. So he could speak to each and every player at their contract year and be able to negotiate and speak to them honestly, and make those relationships. I think it's great.
Right. I agree, man. I think it was a positive move. Y'all got anything else to say with that? About the Elton Brown? It seems like we all agree, man. I think it's a positive move for the Sixers. I think Elton Brand is well respected around the league. I think he's respected by his peers. And again, just to piggyback on everything you guys said, I think it'll be more of a plus than a minus. And I'm looking forward, man. I think the Sixers have got a bright future because of our core, our talent, and our head coach and this new Elton Brand being our GM. So I think it's a good thing. So
yeah, I think the one and another good thing is stop recirculating the old guys that's been around the league for 20, 25 years. Like, get some fresh blood in there, man.
No doubt.
Somebody that can relate that's not in his 60s, somebody young that can relate with somebody coming into the league.
No doubt. The Sixers are doing something innovative by making this Elton Brand move. Probably maybe wouldn't be surprised if a lot of other teams follow suit.
No doubt. I think that's just, without, I don't want to just use the other stuff. I think that's his biggest attribute, man. I think, to be able to bridge that gap between that, the kind of young and old, you know what I mean? I think that's going to be Elton Brand's biggest attribute. Sometimes it's about being able to relate. A lot of things in life are be able to relate and build relationships, and I think he'll be able to do that. You know what I mean? And he's respected by his peers. So I think overall it was a good move. I think it was a great move, to be honest with you. So I'm looking forward to see what the Sixers, what's in store for the Sixers for the next couple years. I think we got a positive outlook, man. We looking forward to it. And the season, right?
That's my boy. Everybody else, but Star Cal watch this year.
Right. Yeah. So
Remember that name for him.
Big year, Colts. Big year, man. Colts averages 16 this year.
That's right. He's my closer. He's the young.
That'll be real nice.
He's the closer. 6'5".
6'5".
You playing that 10, 9, 8, 76 or something.
Right.
Yeah. What you think? Yeah, I think they only lose 5 games at home, man.
Hey, listen.
76 is I'm gonna get them checks every night for work.
If you guys without thinking of it,
yeah, man.
If y'all got 5 seconds, give me over and under for the wins for the Sixers this year. Anybody? I'll go Mike, Rome, Wood. Just write down the list. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over and under. What y'all got?
Sixers over 55 wins.
Ooh, that's a big number. Ooh, I don't fit big number.
I was going to say the same thing because I think they hit 56. I think they get 56 wins.
We got 55 and 56, big numbers.
No, I'm going to say over 55.
Over 55, okay.
Both. I think they get 56.
Okay, there you
go. 4 more wins.
Those are big numbers. What you got, Wood?
I'm just to be safe, say over 50 wins.
Over 50? Yeah. I think 55 is a big number. I don't think it's not feasible. I would go under that, but I go over 51, 52 wins. But I like us more so maybe not the next season. What I like specifically about us is for the next couple seasons. I think we got a good young core, and I think we'll be in contention. So that's what I'm excited about. More about the Sixers. How do y'all feel about I know Jimmy Butler, not to switch topics. We've obviously Broadstreet 444. Yeah, but we're gonna stick with the NBA right now real quick. Two things real quick. Jimmy Butler, I know Jimmy Butler's had some great years. He's a legitimate all-star, but he's been asking to get traded. And do you guys got any thought about what's been going on? I hate to bring a negative up, but that black guy, that thing's going on over in Dallas, Mark Cuban, in that situation. You guys got any thoughts about those things before we wrap this show up?
Jimmy too big for Minnesota. Jimmy, just those guys are just, the one guy, Steven Jackson, class of 96, shout out. Yeah, Steven Jackson was on social media. He broke it down. I think, the guy wants out of there. He doesn't like the way they play. And he's trying to negotiate to get out before they have leverage. It's like with negotiations, if you say you want to be traded, you force their hand. You might not get what you want. You might not end up going to the teams he wants to go to because history will tell you the last 2 guys that asked for the trade didn't get their wish list fulfilled, and that was Kyrie and Kawhi. Neither one got to go where they wanted to go, but they got out on their terms. So it's still like they control the narrative. With any relationship, with any negotiation, there's a narrative that has to be started. So now people know he wants to be treated a certain way. So it was a power move, but he does. I think he just didn't have a good relationship with the young guys. One built the same way he was built.
Right.
Yeah, I think you could clearly see when they was playing, like he didn't get along with Towns or Wiggins. Like he was sitting there, especially Towns. Like you could actually see it watching their games. Like he could just sit there and curse Towns out. Like I knew that wasn't going to last. You could just tell it ain't going to last. And it was like either Towns or Jimmy's going to go, and I think both of them probably end up going. But I think Jimmy's still good. Like Jimmy's in his prime, he's a solid player. I wouldn't want the Sixers to try to go out and get him or anything, but I think like right before we came on, I know like the GM earlier said that we're not going to trade him, but then the owner came out and said, yeah, Jimmy's on the market. So I think he's just looking at like, I'm going to get something for him before he leaves in free agency or anything. So regardless, Jimmy's gone. I don't know when and who he goes to. They might send him down to Charlotte or something. Who the hell knows? But
yeah. Minnesota seems one of those teams. I don't know. Obviously, Kevin Garnett kind of made them who they are. It seems like that's a team people just kind of stop there, and you know, I don't know if it's dollars or whatever the case, but it seems to never.
Who wants to be up there when it's getting -30 in the winter?
Yeah.
Who the hell wants to be up there?
Yeah,
during your season. During your season when you got a trip.
Yeah, who the hell wants to do that? And what NBA guy?
NBA, right?
Football guys, they might deal with it, but not an NBA guy.
Right. Yeah. Any thought? Any thought on that?
I'll touch on the Mavericks thing real quick. I know it was like some sexual harassment.
Workplace misconduct.
Like took care of it before, when he first came to light. I think he gave the dude like 3, just kept giving the one guy like just blowing it off, basically. I mean, you can't do that in today's club.
Mark Cuban was blowing it off. You saying?
Yeah, he was blowing it off.
Okay.
Or maybe it wasn't really getting to him. Who knows? The real story. But when you're the owner, regardless, like it's gonna fall back on you.
Definitely.
So you gotta know what's going on with stuff like that.
Yeah, but it seems like Mark Cuban is cooperating with Adam Silver, like above and beyond. So that's why he hasn't been suspended yet. And he made a massive donation of a $10 million to.
Well, yeah, I'm not getting into who's right, wrong, or nothing like that, but those are kind of the obvious, I guess, to cooperate with the commissioner and.
But it's a $10 million donation to organizations that supporting leadership and development of women in the sports industry and combating domestic violence.
Right.
I mean, it's cool that Mark Cuban is making an effort to try to rectify the situation. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. That's just a tax write-off.
Hey, man. Look on my tax bracket.
Right.
I mean, that's smart enough. Somebody else, what's real with fake. He's playing the game.
I was just, yeah.
He's doing what he had, like, the first point. He's doing what he has to do. Like, he didn't. He'd be in the league.
Right.
But I do think Cuban's like one of the good guys.
He's not a bad guy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the cool. Well, for the most part, like most of the NBA guys, like they're different than the NFL guys. NFL guys are just like.
If I could just add on, wait, bro.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, according to the NBA's constitution and bylaws, Silver can fine an owner a maximum of $2.5 million. But he went to Cuban and told him $10 million would be an appropriate amount. Cuban didn't have to make that donation, but he did without trying to bargain from a lower number. It is a fine by another name. So just a minute, I pulled this information from USA Today. So I'm not
like he fight big USA to put that out there. Boy, that's the world.
But I do like Cuban as a guy. Like he's a cool dude. But you gotta get a handle on something when you own a company. Because basically it's a company. Mm-hmm. You can't have that type of stuff going on.
Right.
And not know that it's going on and keep this clown around.
Right. Yeah. I agree. All right, fellas, man. That's good stuff, man. Good show, man. Good show. We got the Eagles and Colts showdown coming up, man. Let's go Eagles. We all got Eagles getting the win, man. Good stuff. We gave a top.
Next week, we're gonna do NFL top 5 NFL pass rushers. I think that'd be cool.
We're gonna figure it out. That's good stuff, Wood.
Listeners, now we're gonna post it on Facebook. So yeah, you give us your top 5 pass rushers, and we'll exchange notes next episode.
Yeah, we'll figure out what we're gonna do our next top five, and that's what we're suggesting. So that's probably what it's gonna be, and that's a good show, man. We're gonna wrap it up, man. We hopefully the Birds get a win, man, and we ain't even gonna say a lot, man. We're gonna wrap it up, man. Two M's, Money Mike, welcome back to the show, man. Mike McCline, man. JD, good stuff. Glad to be back, right, Mike? We missed you last week, man.
Yep, it's all good, man.
Glad that.
Great show. Great to be back with you.
He ain't miss us.
No, hey, that's all good. He wasn't supposed to miss us. You know what I mean? We was on the other end. You know, he wasn't supposed to miss us. We missed him though, man. Great to have him back though. On behalf of James Woodruff, JD, Jerome Dooley, I'm Chris Colazzo, man. This Broadstreet 444. Remember, man, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud. Follow us, man. Sign in. And we signing off. Rome shaking that bottle. We got that good stuff, man. We all about to have a drink, man. Celebrate and get off, man. And remember, man, don't raise your voice. Improve your argument, man. We signing off, man. It's another show. We going. We out of here. Peace.
Drop the beat out.